Hello, you guys. Welcome to the Ranting Shop. It's me, Melissa, and we're here to discuss more of what Frank had to say, particularly about the night at the rooftop. So, this story is very interesting because it puts a lot of things into perspective as far as why there was a divide between the brown girls and the rest of the cast. So, at one point, Frank, and I feel like most of these seasons, there is always someone that invites the whole cast to their house and drama always ensues. Like, for example, last season, it was Alexis, everybody was invited to Ron's house, and that's where we discovered the thing about Alexis. And now everybody was invited to Frank's house. Even the production tells them not to meet outside of filming, they did it regardless. So they all went to Frank's rooftop. And what happened was they were all partying, having fun and so on. Sydney came in late and she wanted to charge her phone. So she put her phone into an outlet. She plugged her phone in. And when she came back to check her phone, it wasn't plugged in anymore. And she felt like the brown girls, either Zadia or Camille, disconnected her phone. So she decided to get revenge and she went over to Cornelius and kind of dances on him a bit and to get Camille upset. And Camille was like, I'm not gonna deal with this, and she walks away. But Zadia decided to be the defender. And so she goes to Sydney. They have an altercation. According to Frank, it almost gets physical. People were trying to actually prevent Zadia from hitting Sydney. It was a really tough situation, a real issue. And then after that, there was a very clear divide between Zadia, Camille, and the rest of the cast. Now, I would not say Moomin because I think Moomin is pretty much cool with everybody. She is part of the Brand Girl squad, but I think she doesn't share the same temperament. So she tends not to really be involved in a lot of the mess that they're involved in. But after that night, there was a very clear divide between these women and the rest of the women. And if we saw on social media, Camille tried to out somebody for dancing with Cornelius. Sydney confirms that that person was her. And another thing that took place as a result of the divide, when the women were convening, that final convening that they did before Camille and Cornelius got sent home, Zadia says, because I think Sydney calls her girl, and she says, my name is Zadia, so you're gonna address me as Zadia. And we were wondering why this tension. We didn't understand it. And then Frank told us that, of course, it was as a result of the previous altercation they had only 2 days prior. 2 days prior to that actual filming that took place. So there was still a lot of pent-up tension between Sydney and Zadia, because remember, they almost got into a fight because of what Sydney was doing with Cornelius, and I suppose Zadia felt like it was disrespectful, and so she felt the need to defend Camille in that regard. So that is why it was the beginning of this huge divide between the women. And yes, I think that added a lot of color to the situation, and it made it clearer for all of us to understand why they just don't get along. And let me know what you guys think about that, and let me see what you think. And he also mentioned another thing, and that's a separate thing. He mentions that Zaria is not this sweet, nice person. She gets physical, and we saw it on the show, and Frank also mentioned seeing it off the show as well. He mentioned they had an outing, and she got into it with Dante again, and it almost led to something physical, but it didn't. And so that all of that to say that Zaria is a very confrontational individual. That's how she is. That's what her nature is like. She wants to get into your face, and she wants you to feel whatever aggression that she feels towards you. She wants you to feel it back. And so that is why I suppose she pokes and she pokes. But Naeem is gonna stand beside her, and that's what he's gonna do, child. But anyways, you guys, let me know what you think about this little bits of tea that Frank dropped on Crystal XO's channel. You guys are free to go to the channel, go to From Crystal XO and listen to Frank's interview. He was getting a lot of flack in the comment section. People were not interested in anything Frank had to say, and I do understand the aggression and the annoyance with him. But he did drop some gems, some tea. So if you guys want to hear from his mouth, his account of the events, go to From Crystal XO. And see you guys next time in the ranting shop. Remember to like and subscribe, you guys. Thank you all. Bye.